Hey Internet family, so today is December 2nd and I am getting back in touch with you about the goddess of November who was Persephone, queen of the underworld, nymph of the overworld, daughter of Demeter, and I knew that it was going to go down as a result of her being around, and it totally did. But first, let me show you the physical things that happened. First off, she was coming to me everywhere through images. Pomegranates were showing up everywhere. And so I'm at my sister's place in Los Angeles, where I will often stay when I come visit this town. And she's owned this house since February, almost a year, and never knew that on her side wall, technically over is where it's growing in the neighbor's yard, but then this branch comes over here and delivers some pomegranates. There are pomegranates growing right outside her house, and look, they're even split open and amazing. It's kind of ridiculous and cool. So definitely the day that I came back and saw that, I was like, okay, Persephone, you are clearly in the house. Thank you. And what I learned from working with her this month, well, first off, I had some crazy underworld experiences. I mean, I fainted and got sent to the hospital. The day that I got my Reiki master teacher attunement, that night I went out with a friend, and I fainted for the first time in my life. Was admitted to the hospital for the first time in my adult life. The only other time I've been admitted into the hospital was when I was 3 years old and broke my arm. Other than that, my health has been so on point that I've never even had to go into a hospital myself. I visited other people there, but what I saw as a healer, it was so underworldy, you guys. It was in the middle of the night. This is a whole other conversation, because I've had a whole awakening about ways to assist with this too, because it's kind of ridiculous how things run, how far they are, because for the past 10 years I've been off studying the esoteric arts, healing, and I have some experience in medical realm, some. I got my master's in health, my first master's, and things that you would do as a no-brainer, as a healer, just to work on the whole person, especially their stress levels, their comfort, so they can heal. In the medical system, it's completely like revolutionary ideas. Things like keep your people warm. Things like make sure the lights are soft. Make sure that the area around them is soothing. Give them water. If you are going to put a bunch of IVs, fluids in them, if they're asking for water, give them water. I had the experience where I was asking for water because I knew I was dehydrated. I knew that's why I had fainted, because I was just dehydrated. It's been a long day. A lot of energy was passing through. I had a bunch of crazy visions that day. And the experience I had fainting actually mirrored a vision I'd had earlier that day when talking about prana and Reiki and black holes and this is life, right? And so I knew I needed water, so I was asking for water, and they just kind of ignored me and went on along. And then finally my friend, who, thank goddess, she was there with me, is, an hour later, as I'm still shivering, bed freezing, with 8 of these thin little papery blankets on me, fantasizing about a whole nonprofit initiative that I could do just to deliver nice, cozy, furry, faux fur, machine washable blankets to hospitals so patients can be warm. Why is this so revolutionary, Anyway, she finally went to get me some hot water. That's what I wanted. And she said there was no one there. She's walking around. And then when the nurses realized she wanted it for me, they told her that I couldn't have any water until my tests were back, which is absolutely ridiculous because I had just eaten a huge dinner. So saying, we want her stomach empty in case, because I know that's the thing, we want her stomach empty in case we have to do emergency surgery. We don't want you puking up what's there. But it was hot water I wanted. It doesn't make sense that they would say no. And even the way that they didn't actually tell me no, they just ignored me as I asked. It was just very dark. And I will say too, I don't want to go super long on this tangent, but I will say that every single person I interacted with was good people. No one had negative vibes about them. Everyone was there for the right reasons and trying to do the right thing. It's just the system itself that has misinformation. So anyways, back to Persephone and the pomegranates. So that came up for me. Also, speaking of underworld, I've been having huge trigger lately. Some of you guys have seen this in my Ghost in Us video about how this summer I had some experiences that brought up some past lifetime as a slave in the American South and how that went down. And then that's come up really strongly. I saw the movie Harriet, which, if you haven't seen it, see it. It's good in so many ways. Visually beautiful. The acting is amazing. The music and the score is great. The story is great. It's just good to see, especially if you're an American of any race. It's nice to know what went down, because the history has been a little bit whitewashed there, as we Americans tend to do with things that aren't pretty. So anyways, I saw that. Now I'm listening to an audiobook called The Underground Railroad, which is just so messing me up. And I'm in these other dimensions now as part of my unseen work, helping to move some of the slave ghosts still haunting the American South to an afterlife that is nurturing for them. And that's a whole thing. And again, that's a different conversation that I would love to have with you guys, and actually ask for volunteer assistance for those of you who want to go help, because there are thousands of souls. And and I don't always do this kind of work. I do it when it calls me. I don't necessarily go looking for it. I don't necessarily reach out for it, but I am trained in it. And when it comes up, I deal with it, So, yeah, Persephone, queen of the underworld. Some pomegranates are whole. Some of them are cracking open with their ripeness, and it's gorgeous. So, end of the day, I will say that my experiences with Persephone in November were definitely multifaceted. I definitely felt the nymph vibe. I went to a bunch of parties this month. I got my revelry on. I went on some beautiful dates this month. I had lots of social time, and that was the bright nymph side. And there was the underworld side about the slavery and the medicine and all these other things I've been going through in this realm and others. So I definitely see it, and I'm grateful to her for having held the space. And again, like all shadow work we do, it might be gnarly as we're going through it and difficult, but always, always in the end, it gives us strength that not only helps us hold space and lead others, but it helps us know that we can build, that we can hold it down when things are messy, that we can not lose it when things get scary, that we can regenerate. Just last night, I had a dream where I was murdered twice over. It's a long story, but people tried to kill me and did. They did kill me, and I died, and everything went to white, and then I came back, and then I continued, because that's the thing about me, at least, and I know many of you, is they can take us out, but we'll come back. We always come back. We always rise up again, because we are a fundamental force of nature. And that's just an important thing to remember, especially when things get confusing. You don't understand where it's going to go, or you don't know where it's going to go. So sending y'all love. I will be in touch very soon, today if I get to it, or maybe in the next couple days, with whoever December's goddess is. Also, other announcements. I've reopened my website. There are a few things available there. There's still a couple pieces of jewelry at the time of recording this video on December 2nd. And I've also reopened my sessions. So if you want a private session, they are available for booking now. I know a lot of you guys asked me about that. So yeah, I do it. It's up. It's there. There are a few different kinds, from trauma support to Akashic reading, various avenues that we can go look into, specializations we can get into during session time. So yeah, that exists. Anyways, sending you guys love. Here's another view of these pomegranates. So magical. Oh my gosh. Okay, have a beautiful December. Lots and lots of love for your holiday season. And also remember that, it's not about the stuff. That's something I'm wanting to put out more and more, is it's not about the stuff. Get together and get someone one special thing, especially those of you who have traditions of just having a bunch of presents, like a bunch of random stocking stuffer stuff that probably won't get used anyway. Pare it down. Make it really mean something. Make it more significant to you and less stuffy, right? Why not? See it. Experiment with it. It's eco-friendly, good for the environment, good for the heart and spirit, not to mention the calendar. Keep your chi about you this holiday season. You're probably going to need it. Love you guys.